Hello there and welcome to my guide for painting the Scarlet Witch for Marvel Zombies. As you can see, before painting I primed them both with some matte white spray from Colourforge. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Pink Horror to paint the pink sections on Wanda's outfit, which I'll wash with a little bit of Carroburg Crimson. While that wash dries, I'm going to use some Warpstone Glow to paint the vision on Zombie Wanda's base, which will get its own wash with some Beltan Green. Once the wash on the pink has dried, I'm going to do a 50-50 mix of Pink Horror and Fulgrim Pink for the first set of highlights. Then I'll do the same mix but at a 30-70 ratio in favour of Fulgrim Pink for the second. And then for the final highlight we're going to use Fulgrim Pink just by itself. For vision we're going to relayer that Warpstone Glow just to brighten things up a little bit. Make sure you avoid the recesses. Then a 50-50 mix of Warpstone Glow and Moot Green for the first set of highlights. And this will be followed by a small bit of Moot Green for the final highlight. Next, I'm going to start painting the red, and for that I'm going to use my Mephiston Red. Now there is quite a lot of red to paint here, so take your time and make sure you get it all covered. And of course, don't forget to paint the red areas on vision. Then we're going to give the red a wash, and for that we're going to use some Carroburg Crimson. Once that wash is dried, we're going to relayer the Mephiston Red, making sure we avoid all the recesses. And the first set of highlights will be a 50-50 mix of Mephiston Red and Evil Sunz Scarlet, followed by Evil Sunz Scarlet just by itself. And then the very small and final highlight will be a 50-50 mix of Evil Sunz Scarlet and Wild Rider Red. Next, I'll paint Hero Wanda's face with some Cadian Flesh Tone. And then I'll paint Zombie Wanda's flesh with some Rakarth Flesh. All of these areas will then be given a wash with some Reikland Flesh Shade. While that wash dries, we'll use some Avalanche Sunset to start picking out the yellow areas on vision, which will be highlighted with Flash Gets Yellow. Then we're very carefully going to pick his eyes and his teeth out with matte white. We'll also pick out Hero Wanda's eyes with some Abaddon Black, followed by matte white, and then Abaddon Black again for the pupils. I'm then going to relayer her skin with some Cadian Flesh Tone, avoiding all the recesses, and this will be followed by a 50-50 mix of Cadian Flesh Tone and Kislev Flesh. Then I'm going to pick her lips out with some Corn Red so it appears as though she's wearing some lipstick. For Zombie Wanda's skin, I'm going to use Flayed One Flesh. Then I'm going to use some Carroburg Crimson just to mark her eye sockets, before finishing off this skin with some Pallid Witch Flesh. Next, I'll use some Fire Dragon Bright to pick out her eyes, along with some matte white to pick out her teeth. Then we're going to paint her hair with some Dryad Bark. And with this next step, which is a step you can skip if you want, I'm going to paint in her eyebrows very carefully with a very thin brush. I'm also going to use Dryad Bark to paint the mud on the hero base. After that, I'm going to wash her hair with some Agrax Earthshade. For all the cracked concrete on the base, I'm going to use some Dawnstone, which I'll then dry brush with some Grey Seer. Next, I'll paint the rims with some Abaddon Black, and give both bases a wash with some watered down Agrax Earthshade. Finally, and this is another step you can skip if you wish, I'm going to add a little bit of blood to Zombie Wanda's face with some Blood for the Blood God. These two models are absolutely fantastic and really are quite fun to paint. I particularly love the little detail of having Vision trapped in the stone at the bottom. All in all, these guys only took around about 4 hours to complete for the pair, and most of that time obviously is spent painting that red. Meaning that these guys are really good if you want to practice that cloth work. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you followed this guide, I really hope it helped. And if you did find it useful and you're not subscribed, give us a subscribe, maybe thumbs up the video, share if you want as well, and well, I will see you on the next one. Thanks again, and goodbye for now.